hide from me, Rourke. You are fucking dead.
This is Rourke. I've been called back to Cannes. Winters, Croft is all yours.
Rourke!
Base camp, this is Cardinal 2. Reinforcements on the ground. Jesus Christ! We have to hold her off! This is Cardinal 2. Taking shrapnel, but we're stable. Can't hide from me. Come get some! Rourke's gone, but he left you a present. Come get some! This is gonna hurt. Shit! Cardinal 2! We cannot take another hit like that! Can't hide from me. Croft, I know you're listening. I'm the last voice you'll ever hear. This is gonna hurt. I'm locked. Rourke's gone. I left you a present. Unlocked. Rourke's gone. Mayday! 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 Cardinal 2, going down!
Hey, are you okay?
I'm making everything worse.
You're not. Hey, you're not. We can do this. Come on. Where to next? Can't stay here.
I don't know, Jonah!
What was that clue? The heart of the serpent, something...
The heart of the serpent is in the cup near the many stone faces.
And what kind of cup are we talking about? Some kind of chalice?
Chalice that's not very Mayan. Wait. It's not mine. The clue was left by a 17th century missionary, Andrea Lopez, a Jesuit. The serpent in the chalice is a symbol of St. John. We're looking for a Christian holy site.
Like a Church of San Juan? That's a pretty common name. Could be dozens.
Not within tracking distance from Paititi.
Come on, the road is this way. We'll get out of here, talk to some people.
Okay. What would I do without you?
This is it. Church of San Juan.
Let's split up. I'll look for signs of Lopez.
We'll ask around, see what we can find out.
My friend Sarah's an archaeologist. She works near here. You want to go see if she knows anything about your riddle? That would be great. The stone faces have always been Sarah's obsession. Most people come here looking for treasure, but not Sarah. She just wants answers. Have you been friends a lot?
Abby, ¿puedes ayudarme con esto? Está dañado.
Espere. ¿Usted es la tal Lara Croft?
I am.
La reconozco por la foto. ¿Qué es lo que busca en este lugar?
I'm following a riddle. The heart of the serpent is in the cup near the many stone faces.
¿Los rostros de piedra? Estoy aquí por lo mismo.
I don't want to step on your toes. It's the serpent in the cup I'm really looking for.
Bueno, puedo decirle que han estado aquí por lo menos 400 años. Según documentos de la biblioteca, son guardianes. La leyenda dice que custodian una cripta secreta.
A crypt?
Nunca nadie la ha encontrado. Como se imaginará, eso es lo que vuelve locos a los cazadores de tesoros. Pero si la infame Lara Croft es tan lista como dicen, bueno, si logra encontrarla, me haría un favor.
You think I should start at the library?
Sí, está por el cementerio. Es uno de los edificios más antiguos de aquí. No olvide darme crédito si encuentra algo.
Thank you. I will.
Si está herida, Nunca me lo perdonaré.
Tienes que calmarte.
Did you say someone's missing?
Sí, Isabela. Otro miembro del estudio de campo. La fui a ver después de los primeros temblores esta mañana, pero su tienda estaba vacía.
Deberías preguntarle a Manu. Seguro le dijo dónde encontrar el dorado.
Esto es serio. Nosotros tuvimos una pelea anoche. Una terrible.
Lo siento, Guillermo, no me di cuenta. Por favor, continúe.
You had a fight. I don't mean to pry, but
No hay problema. Hemos sido muy buenos amigos durante casi un año y creo que a ambos nos gustaría que hubiera algo más, pero ninguno de los dos abordó el tema. Isa y Sara a menudo no se llevan bien. Lo siento, Sara, pero es verdad. Porque Sara insiste en que su equipo tenga los pies en la tierra, mientras que Isa tiene una pasión por los cuentos folclóricos de los templos ocultos. Muchas veces me quedo atrapado en medio.
those stories always come from somewhere. Even if most of it is made up, there'll be some kernel of truth to it.
Ese es el punto de vista de Isa también. De todos modos, hay un anciano ciego que vive aquí llamado Manu. Sabe muchas de esa clase de historias. La convenció de que hay una cripta secreta escondida por aquí. Y anoche me pidió que la buscara. Me negué. Y volvimos a las peleas de siempre. Terminó con ella llamándome cobarde. Y yo llamándola tonta.
So she ran off.
Sí, como ella dijo, a probar que los incrédulos están equivocados. Esta mañana oí rumores de que ella destrozó el cementerio anoche. Ahí fue cuando empecé a buscarla. Cuando la encontré desaparecida, sin que nadie supiera nada, empecé a preocuparme. ¿Y si fue a buscar la cripta y pasó algo? Nunca me lo perdonaría.
All right. You stay here, so if there's news or she comes back, you'll know about it. I'll go looking for Isabella, starting with the cemetery.
¿Haría eso?
To be honest, I'm as curious about that crypt as she is.
Laura, you find anything yet?
Abby's friend mentioned a crypt somewhere around the library. I'll meet you there. I'm happy Jonah's alive. He makes friends so easily. I probably would have walked here to the mission, but Jonah, he just asked Abby for a ride and she said yes. I hope we're in the right place and we can find the box before Trinity. The earthquake hit last night at the oil facility and now there's a volcano. Is this where the next cataclysm will hit? We have to end this before this town ends up like Cozumel.
¿Vino a la misión en busca de salvación o de sus secretos?
I'm not sure. A little of both, maybe.
Esperar a que la vida se desarrolle delante de ti es un lujo de los jóvenes. Antes era así. Me dejaba llevar.
Is that how you came here?
De cierto modo. ¿Me permite darle un consejo? Tome una decisión. No se limite a aceptar lo que le toque. No me entrometo más. ¿Le gustaría comerciar algo? Buen trato. Seguro estará satisfecha. Buen trato. Seguro estará satisfecha. Es un buen trato para ambas. Seguro estará satisfecha. Buen trato. Regrese pronto, señorita.
¿Cuándo terminará Juan de cavar el hoyo para la fogata?
Ya conoces a Juan. Primero la sien.
This document outlines the goals and works of the Mission of St. John. In addition to their individual spiritual goals and their outreach programs, the people here are clearly passionate about contributing to the nearby communities. Education, literacy, healthcare, even donating a portion of the food they raise.
Después el trabajo.
Para ellos y los trabajadores. Esto para...
30th of December 1603. Lopez has just returned from a nearby village, and with him came a group he says will follow him and help us with construction. There was something strange about his behavior. I attributed it to the long journey through the jungle. That night, however, he admitted what had been bothering him. "They followed me," he whispered. "The others." He walked off. I spent that sleepless night worrying about his deviations toward madness. How are things?
Tengo de todo. Seguro estarás satisfecha. Es un buen trato para ambas. Seguro estará satisfecha. Un placer hacer negocios con usted, señorita.
All full up. Can't carry any more. This leather-bound volume of prayers seems to be from the late 16th century. It's in remarkable condition. All full up. Can't carry anymore. Someone decided this depiction of Christ's death needed a little sprucing up. It's amazing how the beliefs of disparate cultures can become intertwined over time. I don't have enough space for that. Impossible. I can't carry anymore. All full up. Can't carry anymore.
St. John was the last of Jesus' apostles to die, and the only one whose life didn't end in martyrdom or suicide. As a writer of 5 books of the New Testament, he's the patron saint of theologians and scholars. Because of his long life, he was able to take on several students who continued his teachings after he died, establishing a line of religious study that remains unbroken to this day.
Chawilbasho, Kinkonik Hachmakohi. Yishik, Bashti Helupachtal, Inguanti Keshe? Jutsurkin. Kikik oltech. Utsulkin titech ahau.
Rumors have long persisted of monsters, for lack of a better term, in the area surrounding the mission of St. John. The locals refuse to discuss these sightings. They grow sullen when they are mentioned and usually scurry off and hide in their homes. However, it is my fervent belief, once we have converted the populace, they will see these monsters as nothing but superstitions, shadows that disappear in the Lord's light. These are 2 legendary trees which complement one another. The Chechen tree secretes a substance which is poisonous upon contact, and the nectar of the Chaka tree can neutralize that poison before it results in serious burns. The fascinating thing about these trees is that they always grow very near to each other. According to legend, 2 brothers, warrior princes, fought a battle to the death over the love of a woman and died in each other's arms. They begged the gods for forgiveness, and it was granted. Kinich, the kind one, was reborn as a benevolent Chaka tree, while Tizik, the hate-filled one, was reborn as the poisonous Chechen tree.
So there's a crypt around here somewhere?
A secret crypt.
Why secret? If Lopez is involved, there's bound to be a trick.
That's a solid theory. What about you? Did you find anything?
I got a pamphlet. 7 Steps Closer to God.
Who knows? Maybe it'll help. Strange, there are only 7 stations. This must be based on an older tradition. Jesus takes up the cross, falls the first time, meets his mother. Then Veronica wipes his face before he falls the second time. Then he is crucified and finally entombed.
Feels like a mausoleum.
Means we're on the right track, right? Jonah, I feel something. We're getting close. Let's look around for signs of Lopez.
These notes were written by the founder of the Sect of Seven. They're talking about funds allocated for renovations to the library.
A heron and an eclipse. "25th of December, 1603. It has been 4 days since we turned away from the city. We traveled in silence and in circles, guided by a confusion of grief, relief, and celebration. Lopez and I exited the jungle and landed in a clearing, under the gaze of several faces carved into the side of the mountain. Lopez had an episode, as he later called it. He threw himself in front of the faces and screamed for forgiveness. The heaviest sin on his heart was abandoning Perez to the strange warriors. They had grown close over the journey. Try as I might, I could not console him, so I built a fire and waited, as he decreed his actions and pleaded for forgiveness from the silent stone faces. And under his wings you may seek refuge. Under his wings. The door closed and a silence settled. So great and so vast, I held my breath for fear of breaking it. Lopez turned to me, his eyes wild, a smile screwed across his face. He came toward me, arms outstretched, and for a moment fear flickered across my heart. But he pulled me close, his fingers digging into my shoulders. "I found it," he whispered in my ear, and releasing me, he wandered through this room. Walls of pure jade reaching up to the heavens, completely covered in intricate etched mosaics and carved figures. I followed at a distance as he approached an altar, and watched as he lifted a silver box from it. The others are worried that Brothers de la Cruz and Serrano will not return. I have so far maintained they will, that they always have. But in my heart, I am beginning to believe we have seen the last of them, and that grief weighs heavily. We will continue their work. Either they will return to find we have not forgotten the teachings, or they will look down on us from above,
and bless our continued labors. This cross, it looks like it's from the 17th century. "26th of December, 1603. Lopez woke me, having already prepared a Spartan breakfast. 'This is where we were meant to be,' he said, a cold determination in his voice, so very different from how he acted just the day before. I finished my meal as he spoke of holy retribution, how he had acted in error, but now God had put his hands on his shoulders and shown him the path to walk. 'We will spread the true word of God from this small mission,' he said, pointing to an adobe building just beyond the stone faces. 'We will prepare the path for the chosen one to follow, for only he who does will be worthy of this box.' John, son of Zebedee, one of Jesus' apostles, also called the beloved disciple. He and his brother James were known for their impetuousness and temper, which prompted Christ to start calling them Boanerges, sons of thunder. John is credited with writing 5 books of the New Testament, the Gospel of John, the 3 epistles of John, and the Book of Revelation. He's the patron saint of love and loyalty, as well as writers, publishers, and scholars. One of his symbols is a serpent in a cup, which is linked to his patronage of victims of poisoning and burns. The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. Jonah, those 2 Bible quotes. The sun will be darkened, and under his wings you may seek refuge.
What does it mean?
That's it. Look for a heron and an eclipse. This roughly drawn sketch shows St. John repelling a demon attack. Perhaps they plan to have this as one of the frescoes in the mission. Brother de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the 3 of us when he arrived, and Sister Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, de la Cruz had recruited a workforce of 3 dozen. They prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother de la Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear,
but he sent another to act as his hands as well. Stone faces weep as Jesus creeps along the dolorous path. Too many died, more will still, and more will still, and more will still. His light leads the way. There's a whole mural under here. Veracruz, the true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are the stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere. When we find the box, how do we get the key back from Dominguez?
We'll find a way.
Etzli is young to have all that responsibility. Must be pretty hard for him.
I can only imagine.